Hey guys, HP here. I'm doing a challenge to beat all 296 North American titles for the Nintendo 64. Alright, the next game we got on our challenge is Mischief Makers. I'm gonna start off by saying I absolutely loved this game. It is the best one in the challenge so far. For starters, look at this awesome anime intro! Mischief Makers is a side-scrolling platformer game where you play as Marina Lightyears, a robot maid who has to continuously save Professor Theo from the Emperor of Planet Clancer. I always tried to rent this game as a kid, but my local Blockbuster, you guys remember those, only had one copy and it was always out of stock, and now I see why. This game is a diamond in the rough. While the game's levels are mostly side-scrolling, that's not all that's in store for you here. You will find yourself immersed in fun challenges and puzzles along your journey to rescue the professor. This game has a list of different worlds, and in each world there are a number of stages to complete. Each stage has its own ranking system, which in this playthrough we did not tackle, however. I will definitely be coming back to do 100% in the future. Now, while Marina is only limited to her abilities like dash, jump, and grab, don't sleep on this protagonist because she is an absolute legend. Each stage utilizes each ability in a unique way, and I never felt bored or that the stages were too similar. The game really eases you into your abilities and what they can be used for. What do you want out of a side-scrolling platformer? Because this game has it all. There are numerous puzzle sections, there are screen scroll sections, time jumping sections, mini boss battles, main boss battles, mini games. Some of the boss fights even change the game's perspective to add an entirely new dynamic to the game. There's a lot. Before we move on to the meat of the game, consider clicking that like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps me out a ton, and I've been working really hard to get these out week to week. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let's talk about some of these boss fights. I mean, just look at some of these clips from the stream. Some bosses you had to just dash away to avoid the attacks and use the grab ability to pick them up and throw them. Some of them, you take the weapons from them and use them against them. And some of them were chase sequences, and that's just a few of the mini bosses. There's also a group of main bosses called the Beast Sector, composed of 3 bosses named Lunar, Terrace, and Mirko. Each of these guys are sent to fight you separately, and each one serves up a battle sequence that is completely unique to them, and man, are they extremely fun fights. The first fight is Lunar, who is a wolf with a transforming mech motorcycle named Cerberus Alpha. The fight is broken up into 3 phases. Phase 1, he shoots missiles at you, and you have to grab them and redirect them at him. Phase 2, Cerberus Alpha shifts into a quadrupedal robot beast and runs alongside Lunar in the background while you duke it out with him. After completing this phase, you move on to Phase 3, which you get a machine gun to attack him while he's riding on his mech. Amazing. The second beast actor to fight is Terrace the Ape with a mech dubbed Sasquatch Beta, which starts in the form of a tank. Phase 1 is similar to Lunar's, in which he throws boulders at you and you must pick those up and throw them back, with a little bit different physics. Phase 2, Sasquatch Beta transforms from a tank to a bipedal mech, while Terrace rides on top while you gotta wait for him to kick and sweep the leg, and then pull the mech upside down and slam it on its head to complete the fight. The third fight of the beast sector is Mirko the Falcon and his mech Phoenix Gamma. This fight is set up where you have free range of motion on the screen as you and Mirko are flying, so it's similar to kind of like a bullet hell fight. Phase 1, you gotta grab and steal Mirko's sword and shield and then throw it at him. After that, it's on to Phase 2, where Mirko hops on top of Phoenix Gamma, and it's still in kind of a bullet hell style, but this time you gotta watch out for the mech's attacks and wait for the head to peck at you, then grab it and pull it till you can rubber band it back into Mirko's face. The third phase changes the camera's perspective to a third-person 3D type perspective, where Mirko shoots missiles at you, and you have to catch one and then throw it back at him to defeat him. Simply amazing. Oh, chef's kiss. At the end, the 3 Beast Sector members and their mechs combine Power Ranger style and form a giant robot, which also has layers of different mechanics and perspective changes in this boss fight. Okay, let's get off bosses for a second and talk about the music. The music in this game is just phenomenal. Each stage and boss fight have looping tracks that are all unique and don't really get annoying when you listen to them over and over again. Each one immerses you in the moment and makes sense for each circumstance. The story of this game isn't anything crazy. It's basically just typical anime with anime humor, and the hero saves the day, and then there's peppered in villains and lackeys. But it was quite cute and fun and definitely added to the adventure. But I'm more focused on the gameplay. I can say that with my heart of hearts that this game, above most, deserves a proper remake or at least a remaster of some kind. This game was an absolute gem and nothing less. I had so much fun playing this game, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys a good action platformer. Now, I'm not doing the ranking system out of 10 anymore, but if I were, it'd be a 9.5. I am, however, ranking these in order on a Google Doc found in the description below. Make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on this challenge and see the progress that we make week to week. And also, your support really helps me want to pump out these videos more often. Do you know anyone who would love a game like this? Share this video with them. And as always, stick around to the end of the video so you can see us spin that wheel and see what game we got coming up next. Thanks, guys. Let's go! 3, 2, 1, spin that corn! Let's go! Woo! What is that? Daikatana. Daikatana.